Hey everyone, this is Towelliee with TGN.TV, and we are here in Darkening Deeps Expert Mode. This is a Tier 2 dungeon, double D's as we call it. I think it's called Darkening Deeps, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So this is the first boss. I'm going to be showing you what we do for every single boss in this instance. You know, forget the trash is easy. Charge in, AoE, spread diseases, blah, blah, blah. I might do a trash video just to show people that as well. But this boss is pretty simple. He has these two ads. He is totally immune to any sort of damage right now. So you have to kill the two ads, which have, like, as you can see, we just blew them the fuck up, okay? They just got rickrolled at the beginning here. And all the alchemist does is he lays this red aura on the ground, and you have to move out of it. I mean, imagine that. Flashy red thing. Move out. Who knows? I like it though. I like standing in it because it bounces me back on fire. So Tizzle over there got some aggro, some healing aggro. So I just got the boss back, and there he is hitting me. He looks like a bald-headed, you know, that dude from Schmeagol from fucking Lord of the Rings. That's what he looks like, and he's hitting me with a wooden spoon. I am now facing a boss who's an alchemist, who's wearing some sort of jetpack barrel on his back, and he's hitting me with a wooden spoon. I don't even know what he does during this fight. I'm trying to figure out right now. I mean, to me, this is just a tank and spank. And yeah, I know, it's really annoying that my bags keep coming up. It's because I have to probably bind my bags to something more appropriate. I keep hitting my V button, which also interacts with my B button. I hate it. Anyway, yeah, tank and spank, tank and spank. I don't even, yeah, there he goes. He spits something at somebody. I don't know what it does. It looks like it's a disease. I see it on the, if you look at the group 1 raid frame over there, I see it on a few people. I'm not sure if it can be dispelled. We got blue gear and corrupted soul. Those are the corrupted souls that I mentioned in my raiding video that you need to turn in to get lures to open up raid rifts, depending on what rift faction you have. And as you can see there, we are posting DPS. Let's see. 901 DPS and 716. That is pretty damn good. What did I do? I don't know, because the screen flashed away too quick. Anyway, second boss. I don't know what this is. It's like some sort of, you know, teen werewolf thing. So we free this werewolf out. He's like, I'm free. I'm free. I can get the fuck out of here. Let's go, heroes. And then he gets into the light. And he's like, no. And then he turns into like this crazy werewolf. When I first saw this fight was actually kind of hard until I actually understood what to do. I was like, all right, so every time he stands under the light, he gets stacking. Oh no, he already has like an increased damage buff. You can see right there. I click on him, and it keeps stacking the number of seconds as long as he's under the light. And right now I'm playing the game that's called let's see how long we can keep him in there and how big he can actually get. How big can the wolf get? That's what she said. That's what we're playing right now. At this point, I'm like, yeah, this pull is probably not going to happen because he's probably going to get too damn big. 19, 20. I'm like, okay, it has to stop at 20 or not. 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm slowly backpedaling right here. I'm like, I think I'm going to go back here and see what happens. So we told... I forgot who we told to go in there, just suicide it. I think we told the warrior with his pet. Look at the size of him. He's really not supposed to be that big. Anyway, so here's the strategy with this fight. Once he wipes you right here, he starts off in the shaded area. When he's in the shaded area, those stacks that he has goes from whatever it is currently to nothing, so he becomes normal and he doesn't have increased damage. Now, during the fight, what he'll do is he'll run to the middle. He'll charge up about 9 seconds worth of that increased damage buff. But if he is not within melee range of anybody, what he will do is he'll do a piercing howl. That pretty much wipes the entire raid. As you see right there, one-shot everybody. Excuse me. Ooh, burping. Sorry, I had a nice little fun night of drinking and, you know, doing some Towelliee stuff. And, yeah, I have this wicked heartburn and... You know, now I'm like all gassy and shit. And, you guys don't need to know about that. Anyway, so here we go. We're actually going to pull the boss here, finally. So we pull him. And... Oh, God. There he's smacking me really hard. Oh, Jesus. And so I'm going to show you what happens. Now, in order for me to do this fight, what I had to do is I had to spec into Paladin's Devotion. 3 points. What that is it gives me a 30-second fear immunity, or excuse me, I can, you know, break a fear every 30 seconds. So here's where he goes. He ports to the middle. He's going to fear everybody. I break the fear, charge him within melee range. He doesn't piercing how anybody. But he doesn't decide to move, until he wants to move. So you have to slowly move him out. And I think it's once he reaches about 9 stacks, he just moves out on his own. And then you got to take him out of the light, put him into the shade. And that's it. That's basically the entire fight. I think he's still in there. I think I got to move him back a little bit more. But anyway, so you could do things like having, I think someone said some sort of spec with the cleric has like an auto cleanse or a splash cleanse that'll just cleanse you when you're feared. I don't know. I didn't get into it. We didn't have that composition in our group at the time. So I just spec'd into the 30-second fear break. And that just made this whole fight 20 times easier. And that's all you do. He starts off in the shade, tank him in the shade. He fears you, break fear, charge in, get in melee range, walk him back out like I'm doing right now. Make sure you're getting big heals. Like, see right there, he didn't go with you. Sometimes he's just really fucking stubborn and he just sits out there. And I'm like, LOL. He did a short little piercing howl there. He's pretty big right there. But I'm getting my heals. I'm getting my cooldowns. I called out for a 40. And no, I'm not talking about the OE. I'm talking about an actual 40% damage reduction, which Tizzle was giving me there. And that was that. And that's basically the entire fight. Goes in the middle, break fear, charge in. At this point, I'm thinking, oh man, no one died. This is an awesome ass boss. It's basically almost a tank and spank. Oh god, he's hitting me hard. Oh god, dead. I died. Ah, Jesus Christ. So I died, but we still got the boss down. We got some nice gear. And, all right, so that's it with Wolf Boy. I think his name is like Michael something. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a different name if you free someone from a certain cage. But whatever. So once I get res here, you always got to make sure, guys, you pick up your plaques, okay? Because sometimes you don't get your plaques automatically. Like if you were to play WoW, you would just get your points, your badges just by defeating the boss. You actually have to loot the boss to get your plaques, so don't forget that. Big mistake people make. Spider boss. Next boss, pretty damn simple. Take the boss, turn her away. She will do a poison to the tank. She will cocoon a random member of the group. I'm not sure how the cocoon exactly works. I'm not sure if it's... We were trying to figure out if it's whoever's furthest from the raid, but that's not the case. Because we had some horrible RNG the other night where our healer just got cocooned like 6 or 7 times in a row. And I was like, dude, it's probably because you're standing the furthest out, but it wasn't. So basically, you can have everyone almost just stack behind the boss. As long as they're not standing in front of the boss, getting the poison cloud AoE frontal cone, you're good. And whether you can cleanse that poison, I'm not exactly sure. I wasn't checking if the poisons were being directly cleansed off of me immediately. But like I said, another tank and spank. I try to put out as much damage as I can if possible. My rotation is pretty simple for these fights. It's just, hit my PoV button over and over and over and over again. Scales of justice to get the reactive damage back. I have my macros, which, give my my retaliation and my, what's the name of that ability? Disarming blow or whatever. I mean, you can't disarm the bosses, but it still does damage to them. So it's basically I'm just spamming PoV button, as you see it, PoV. I'll spam my AoE button whenever all my AoE abilities are up. I'll put up my 3% dodge buff. I'll spread my diseases on the boss. That's something I'm trying to work on more. I'm getting really lazy with my disease spreading, which is why yesterday I made a Void Knight single target tanking spec, which I'm a little afraid to use because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of threat in the Void Knight tree. So we're definitely going to see what's going to happen. But yeah, there's the special ability in the Void Knight tree. I think it's called, I don't know, whatever. You get increased armor and strength that can stack up to 10. And if you can keep it stacked, damn, you have like 14k armor, like 60% block. It's totally insane. Yeah, no, I'm disgusting anyway. These little ads come out of the cocoons. I'm not even really bothering. Am I even tanking them? I don't even know. No, as you can see on the screen, other people have aggro, so I'm using my AoE abilities to try to get those ads back here, but probably the range and the melee aren't standing close enough for me to get them. And I really don't feel like actually tab targeting these little ads that barely hit you worth a damn. I was getting a lot of jitters during this fight because I was actually rendering another video for TGN.TV for Rift, and that was a big mistake. As you can see, I get like little interrupts like that. But I have my graphics set to ultra at the moment. I'm not sure if that really shows when you guys are watching this in 1080p. But yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to make some conversation while we're killing this retarded boss. It's just like so easy to kill. And I can't believe people were telling me that DD is actually hard, you know? But yeah, DD's hard, dude. Watch out, don't go in there. So, you know, the past couple days, I've just been, you know, running Runic Descent, AP, CC was very easy. People were saying CC was hard. CC's a fucking joke the way I do it. And you're going to see once I make that video next. That's going to be my next video after Expert Darkening Deeps is going to be Expert CC, which is another tier 2 dungeon. Oh, here's the blob. No one can defeat the blob. And, this fight's easy. You take him, tank and spank him, turn him around. Oh my god. Like every other boss in this world. There's going to be like this water spout or this water geyser that comes up from under the ground. And it's going to spawn an ad. You basically just move out of the water shit, tank the ad with the boss. No one kill the ads. It's see right there, I just got hit by it myself and I almost died. And I can't see the fucking water spout because of the goddamn blob's big ass body. So the ad comes out. You see I'm taking the little ad with the boss. That's all you do. Wherever the water spout comes up, an ad's going to spawn. Ignore the ads. Burn down the boss as fast as you can. If you don't have the DPS to kill the boss with all the ads on you, then just start, you know, AoE splashing, killing the ads, and then, you know, call it a day. That's it. You're dead. And, yeah, Warrior, as you see right there, the Warrior's talking about his pet being killed. They have to do something. Treon with the pets, because pets for warriors in that Beastmaster spec that they're all using gives them like 15% more damage, and losing that pet is like a huge decrease in their damage. And I don't know, I'm saying to myself, why don't they just make it like the pets in WoW, that they have like, you know, 100% damage reduction to all physical abilities? Like, not many pets die, I know, in WoW. So I mean, they could probably take a page out of their book and, you know, do the same with their pets. I mean, what are you going to do? Just keep controlling your pet? Like, put him in, put him out, put him in, put him out. How are you going to do your own damage? I don't know. So he recalled his pet. It's still in there. I'm trying to, like, you're not really supposed to kite the boss. You're supposed to just tank him in one spot. But as you can see, the water thing showed up over there. So I actually saw that one and moved. It looks like we actually killed one of the ads, because I should have 3 right now. But I guess we're using 2 warriors. I know, warriors are totally OP. I mean, warriors and sabos are like, excuse me, are really good in dungeons. I like sabos because of Incriminate, and they could just, you know, tricks and, you know, give me all their threat and shit while I'm tanking. And I like that because it doesn't means I don't have to work as hard. But threat isn't really an issue unless, you know, DPS just really goes balls out. There we go. Got some mace, more corrupted souls. That's DPS right there. I did 333 DPS as a tank. I'm happy with that. It's 836 and 786 for the DPS. Yeah, man, I've been fucked up for the past 2 weeks. I've been sick as fuck. Someone give me the medicine. The stickiest of the icky. Oh, and here's the Hunda tribe. Actually, that's not really their name. And sorry if I offended anyone by that. Anyway, there's these 3. This is supposedly the last boss of the instance, but it's really not. You do get the achievement for finishing the dungeon by killing these guys. It's just these 3. I don't know what to call them. You just tank all of them. And you kill them in the order of the shaman, then the warlord. No, then the incinerator, and then the warlord. The shaman basically puts a dot on himself that heals himself. You could just purge that off of him and just keep DPSing him. They each have about roughly, I think, 180,000 or 140,000 HP, which isn't that bad. Right now, I'm like not even taking much damage. See, this fight would have been really good if you would kill one ad, and then the second ad, or the other 2 ads, gain the abilities from the first one you just killed, and they get more HP. So by the time you get to the last ad, right, you have, the last ad has all the abilities of all the other ads. He has the most HP now. Maybe he'll have 240,000, and you have to kill him. But, yeah, we killed the shaman pretty quick. Right there at the end, I'm like, we have him, and we killed him. And then we're going to get to number 2, which is the incinerator. I think he leaves these fire things on the ground. Like I said, sorry about my bags jumping up like that. If anyone can tell me what button I'm pressing. It doesn't seem like I'm pressing B. I'm pressing a combo of something. But, yeah, so basically, the incinerator puts these, I don't know what it is with Treon and all the bosses. They leave the exact same fire animation on the ground. I've seen that on CC's first boss. I've seen that in what's the name of that other boss fight that has the fire like that, just like that with the circle. Oh, in Lantern Hook or whatever, the last boss with the crystals. That's how the fire looks. There's a crystal in the middle, but whatever. So yeah, I'm really not taking that much damage right here. So this is a good fight where spreading your diseases would be optimal. So you get the most out of the healing back if you're expecting the self-healing from diseases. And yeah. Now after this fight, we're going to face a big badass dragon. And this dragon has 361k HP. By far has the most HP of any boss I've encountered in a tier 2 thus far. His name is Skarn. He doesn't like walks on the beach. He doesn't like pink, but he's kind of red himself. And yeah, I have no explanation for this fight right here. Just tank everything, kill everything really fast, and get to the last boss, which is basically what this whole instance is about. If people tell you that DD is hard, tell them bullshit. I just saw Towelliee's video, and everything was a tank and spank until I got to Skarn. I must have wiped the Skarn like, I don't know, maybe 8, 9 times before you finally got it. And I don't exactly know what type of composition you need for Skarn. What we used is, I think we used a Warden heals for AoE heals, and a Bard, and that worked out pretty well. There's actually one attempt where both DPS died, and it was just me and the 2 healers, and we took Skarn down from like 70 to like 30%, but then we died. I was so pissed off. It was pretty much like a 15-20 minute encounter. And I was just going to wipe it, but I'm like, you know what? I could probably do this. I could probably solo DPS 200,000 HP. And here he is. So basically, here's the deal. There's all these bone corpses on the ground, right? What you want to do is you don't want to put those corpses on fire. Whether it be his fire breath, whether it be his AoE fire once he gets up into the air. As you see right now, one of them's on fire on the ground. Now, the more corpses that are on fire, there's something in this fight called the heat index, okay? And see right there, you can see the debuff on the upper right-hand corner. Now, if the heat index gets too high, people start taking a lot of fire damage. Now, this would have been good if I would have had the Void Knight spec that would have created, because I could have just, you know, taken a whole ton less fire damage and just made it easier on the healers to just heal the raid. So you fight him, you tank and spank him. He has a tail lash. He casts it. And he also has a fire breath. At first I thought you could just get out of the fire breath. You'll see him cast it right here pretty soon. Here, there's the fire breath. I'm thinking I'm out of it, but is it still hitting me? I don't know. I think once he casts fire breath, you can run and the fire breath damage won't hit you anymore. But I've seen instances where I've ran out with the fire breath, but I'm still taking fire breath damage even though I'm like 30 yards away from him. So this is what you do. You run to the outside walls of the room when he hits the air, and he's going to put down these huge fire circles on the ground, as you saw right there, okay? Now, these fire circles can put those, you know, burning skeleton corpses on fire. So what you want to do is you want to hug the wall, you want to run as a group around, you want to jump over those green little, you see right there to my right, there's like a green little, I guess, line or whatever, a lane. You want to jump over those with your group. It's really hard for the tank to keep up with everyone. I'm not sure how everyone else was positioned, but I mean, we had it down pat after we wiped like the first 4 or 5 times. And basically, we did a lot of damage in this fight. Our DPS was, I mean, we took up the 50% in the first flight, and now we're about to almost kill him before he goes up again. But, I mean, that's basically the entire fight. Keep all the corpses to a minimum so the heat index doesn't get too high that the healers can't heal. During the second phase, healers have to go crazy, balls to the fucking wall, hammer down, AoE fucking healing on everybody. Because even though the heat index may not be as high, people are still going to be taking a lot of damage. As you can see right now, I'm taking 767 ticks, 807 ticks. I'm just taking the ticks over and over again, and that needs to be healed. Usually the tank, I fell behind a lot trying to catch up to him, so if I ever got caught back with a fire, I just moved out of the way. As you see one spawned right there, I'm like, don't want to look at the pet. The pet's just standing in that shit, and the pet dies. Oh my god, poor little Poncho. Oh god, I almost died there. Lay on hands myself. That was fucking clutch. That was a fucking wipe saver right there. I was like at, I think, 1% health. I was like, lay on hands, or as they call it here, heal of touch, heal of some shit. I don't know. But that's basically the entire fight. Turn him around. Don't get hit by his frontal cleave. Don't get hit by his tail whip. Imagine that. Boss with a frontal cleave and a tail whip. When he goes up into the air, run to the group. Everyone hug the back wall. Because what happens is when he does the flame breath, after his flame breath cast is done, he knocks everyone against the wall for like 3,000 damage. And if you're already standing against the wall, you don't take any damage whatsoever. See? Everyone hug the wall. As you can see, I'll get a really slight knockback. Bam, right there. For only a little bit of damage. It was like 1,500. So, I mean, if you were standing farther out, you would have taken more damage. And that's it. Just run around the outside of the room. This is from a tank perspective, so at least it'll show everyone what we're doing. Some people do it different. If you guys have different ways of doing any of these fights, by all means, let me know. If you guys know tricks, like, you know, pulling a boss out of a room and he doesn't do any abilities whatsoever, because I know a lot of those, let me know. I apologize for my sniffing and coughing and all that shit. You know, I had a huge party last night, and it was just like fucking bananas, and now I'm a little bit under the weather. That happens to me every time after I go out and I drink, and, you know, I do a little sticky icky. Man, I get fucked up the next morning. It sucks. But other than that, boss is dead. We win. He drops some epic loot. It is actually worth killing him. If you're saying to yourself, fuck this boss is hard, you know, I don't want to kill him, kill him. He actually drops really good epic loot. And that's pretty much it. This has been Towelliee with TGN.TV. This is Darkening Deeps Expert Mode, a Tier 2 dungeon. By Tier 2, they mean you have, like, I have to have, like, over 100 toughness. People have to have over 100 hit focus to actually, you know, do good in these dungeons, do good DPS. TGN.TV, Twitter.com/TowelTheTank, Facebook.com/TowelTheTank, HolyShield.com. Watch me on my live stream whenever the hell it is up. Peace out.